Hello, hello.
Oh, Lilly.
Hello, Marco. Hello, everybody.
Hi to
Just
everyone.
yes, I'm so excited. It's a beautiful start of this 2022 with new adventures, and this time with my friend Marco.
So pleasure to be with you, Lily. I appreciate it so much.
Oh, I love it. I was telling someone and say Marco Missinnato. That sounds and someone that it's from the region of Italian region from Switzerland.
Yeah,
And she said that sounds Italian. It's like you're right.
not Italian. Yes,
So
yes.
we're gonna be sharing this beautiful chats that we're gonna have about the journey. Let me put it this: the journey of the soul,
The
or
church.
in the language of consciousness, I would say uminaula.
Mm.
And we're gonna do it in English, but then it's gonna be translated in Spanish, and I'm not sure if also in Italian. What's your
Uh,
thought?
I don't know. We'll see how it works.
Yeah,
Uh,
perfect.
we'll take it by here, but I'll do my best to translate it as much as possible so that as many people as possible can enjoy what we are about to share.
Nice, nice. What's very special for me is when someone say yes to the craziness of just coming, tuning in the moment, and sharing what is in the now. And I
Yeah.
really appreciate that you say yes to this adventure together
Yes.
and to share things together.
Well, that's one of the key to make this transition really possible, to be in the fleeting moment, in the here and now, to allow the here and now to guide us and say yes to it fully, to line up with the moment by moment, and try to shrink the need of constantly creating future and past, because those
Mhm.
are narrative that comes mostly from the ego.
Yeah, this is the, I feel always the emotional, like adrenaline that brings us, or the emotional, sometimes even uh, it makes it uncomfortable because it's like, oh, what could have I done, or what could I do? And we're constantly from this pull and back, and even the body feels like, oh, and we forget just to be here in the now.
Yeah, and you know what? I think we still need to project something ahead
Mm-hmm.
of us, but rather than projecting an expectation, it is time to really put out there our intent. There is a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Absolutely.
intent and expectations. The expectation comes from a sense of lack or a
Mm-hmm.
narrative or something that we need, while the intent is the spirit, the soul that is speaking within us. It has the intent of be of support.
Mm-hmm.
So we still have an anticipation, but motivated by an intent.
Yes, yes, absolutely. I'm 100% with you on this, and it's almost like um, the a lot of the expectations. I don't know if you agree with me. A lot of time comes from something that has been up within our family, within our culture,
Mhm.
within society, and you can even see it in so many of um, the announcements, social media. Is like there is something that you have to achieve to be, you know, like this sentence of, well, you gotta be someone, and people is trying to expect those needs instead of just be all the time who you
Yes.
are.
Yes.
And that opens like a mirror of visions of where where it's like with your heart, it just follows the path.
Absolutely. So as an artist, and fundamentally we are all artists,
Yes, heartist. I love that one.
because this is a creative process. This experience is a creative process, and we are the creators. And so, as an artist, my experience is that only when I remove the expectation from the formula of following my joy through action, when I remove the expectation, that's the only time where I'm able to invite Source itself to co-create with me and allow it to surprise me with the outcome. And so my work is just to stay on my joy, on my uniqueness, and on the fleeting moment, and allow the rest to be fully orchestrated by synchronicity and resonance and dissonance and all those juicy stuff.
Yes, this juicy stuff. Oh, I love this. With the heart. That's a very nice heartist. Yeah, because I agree. We all are. We are all expressing the art of being.
Yeah.
We are all expressing more of our souls. We are expressing, and that's artistic. That's just a beautiful heart. I like it.
Yeah, it is really, that's what it is. I mean, it's we are creator. We are extremely powerful creators, and the moment that our creation become art is when we express it through our uniqueness, through our joy, through our imagination. And many of us, because they were caught up in the survival mechanism, have forgotten that. But being an artist is something that is available to everyone because we all are special and unique.
Yes, this is also one of what I'm for me the sharing of coming back, of knowing we are unique. And for me, it has been a beautiful journey because it has. Sometimes I have the impression that we have learned, oh well, you have to go here, do the school, then study something, so you
Yeah.
can be, and then there's a list of some things you could be, like, so you can be a doctor, you can be social media, uh, you can be. So you can be. So it's like in the future, you're not right now, you can be, And suddenly to know that we are not doing things, we don't have to do things to follow, but just to get in touch with our uniqueness. And here I have a question for you in the language of Italian, because in Spanish there's something very surprising, that the word uniqueness does not exist. It's like I am unique, but there is nothing that I say there is uniqueness in expression.
Oh,
So
that's it.
in what I'm sharing in Spanish, I say we need to create that in our vocabulary to say I'm expressing my uniqueness. Estoy expresando mi unicacidad. So I say we need to have this, because if it's not in our vocabulary, we are not being able to embody it somehow. And the invitation is absolutely, when I say uniqueness, to really start feeling, because the beauty of uniqueness is if we all are unique, then we can co-create. So the whole thing about competition and be better or less, it's gone, because who can be better than you? Nobody, because you're unique. Who can be less than you? Nobody, because you are unique. And if we own that uniqueness, we can start doing like what we're doing today, right? Like we bring your uniqueness, my uniqueness, and suddenly, whoa, we create a beautiful gestalt.
Yeah, and you know what? What I feel is interesting to share is that, from my perception, this experience we are having right now as humans on Earth is being chosen by us for the simple reason that this operating system, more than anything else, probably in the multi-universe, is celebrating and inviting us to express our uniqueness like nothing
Mm-hmm.
else in the
Mm-hmm.
whole, multi-universe.
Multiverse. I agree with you. I
So
love
this
that you
is,
also talk about multiverse and so on, you know.
course. So there is this paradox here that we need to embrace. So we are all one, and we are at the same time all unique.
Hmm.
And that's the paradox that makes this experience so special and so amazing.
It's amazing. It's like I've been comparing it because I've been writing one book, and one of the things is comparing this uniqueness to bake a cake. You know, is
Yeah,
there is this multiverse. Imagine it as this cosmic, super nice, juicy cake, the one that you can imagine, the one that you want to taste, and you are an ingredient of that cosmic cake. So if you take your unique part of the ingredient, the cake will taste different. But you can maybe also have a taste of the ingredient by itself, but it always going to be part of that wonderful cake. And
absolutely.
uh, and that makes it, you make each of us, you, me, and everybody who's watching, make so special the cosmic cake. It's like we are part of that recipe, and uh, and it's time that we recognize and we let it shine, so all the ingredients can even get tighter, like the cake can be even more juicier, as you were saying. Yeah.
Absolutely. And this also remove this false idea of hierarchy and superior, inferior, better, worse, which is part of the dualistic experience we had until now, but we are about to let go of that way to represent ourselves. Because your example, I also use another example that I love. It's just I imagine a cup and I let it fall on the floor, and the cup goes in an infinite amount of pieces.
Hmm.
Some are small, some are big, some stay in the point of impact, some goes very, very far, like dust, you know.
Hmm. Hmm.
And the interesting thing to observe is that there is not one piece identical to the other.
No.
So that's the uniqueness. But every piece is identically important in order to recreate the cup.
Hmm.
So all are very important. Uh, Even if the smallest one is missing, the cup cannot be recreated.
Hmm.
At the same time, all are each different from each other.
Hmm.
So I like this kind of example because it really pointed out the uselessness of creating this idea of better and worse and higher and lower and all these hierarchy games that have been served us some kind of experience, but it's time to let them
Absolutely.
go.
Absolutely. It's just to make it, sometimes we need to mention how we have also um, worked, we have operated. So we need to recognize how we have been operated, because what happens is sometimes it becomes so mechanical
Yeah,
that you're not conscious about it. So in the moment you're conscious about it, it's like, oh, it's true. I'm just following here the rules. Uh, I remember at some point, I was always saying, and it was automatically, exactly mechanically, that, um, you know, yeah, well, I don't think the cats likes me, or I don't like cats, but the cats don't like me. And I don't know, out of the blue, sometime ask me, well, is that you, or is that your mother who didn't like the cats? And I was like, very good question. It's like, it shook me a little bit, and then I took it back and I said, it's true. it is my mother who has been always afraid of cats.
Wow.
Therefore, we would never had the contact in our family. Therefore, I've been carrying it till
Yeah.
then that. And I said, well, let me open up. I'm going to go and have my own experience. So suddenly I open up with cats. It's like, I do like cats, just to put it out, It's like, I'm going to see. And now I have two cats in my house, and suddenly cats start to approach me. I always say, only dogs approach me. But when I open up to it, when I release the barrier that I've been created through the what my mother have been saying, then suddenly the cats start approaching me and we start liking each other. So for me, is this awareness in the moment to say, is that really something that I like or dislike? Is it from me, or it's more from my family, society, my friends? And that help us to make a change, to find our uniqueness.
And that's one of the most delicious things to do in this time, to break through all these chains of ideas or beliefs that we adapted generation after generation. And now it's so
Yes.
much fun to let them go, to break through from it, so that our potentiality all of a sudden expands to unknown territories.
Yes. Yes. And to be able to taste different things. And another pattern, for example, for myself was I keep writing down when someone asks me, or, like sometimes you have to write, or someone asks you, what's your favorite thing to do? I keep saying, oh, I love riding horses. And it's like, I'm passionate about it. But then I realize I haven't done it for 10 years. It's like, how could that be? It's like, am I really still passionate about it? So I start making like a list of things of, okay, what do you say that you haven't done, and just try it out again. Even with food, what you say you don't like, this, like, go again and have the experience from zero, as you never had it before. And
Mm.
it turned out to be, for example, with the riding horses, I still like it, but it's not my passion anymore because I'm not doing it. Like, if it's my passion, like doing this, I just move the whole universe so that it happens. I still like it. And then I say, yeah, I used to love it because was my since when I was writing was my feeling of freedom.
Mhm.
But now I feel free all times, so there is no need for substituting the free of being with something else. But to try back, to try everything, even when you say, oh no, that I don't like from food, I feel that's, like you were saying, it's an extraordinary moment because it's like trying things back again. And
Yes.
some of them you might still don't like, but maybe you notice that some of them you do.
Yeah, I am constantly rewriting my narrative because often I find out that even among the list of things that I like, I am repeating that I like because I used to like them, and then all of a sudden I find, oh, no, really, I mean, it's not that I dislike it; it's just I don't need that experience anymore. Uh,
Hmm.
so that clear the list, and then I can add something new. But yeah, I surprise myself quite often in this particular time to when I revisit the things that I want to create in my life, and I notice that many do not really belong to that list anymore,
Yeah.
because I suspect it's because they are not relevant anymore to my
Hmm.
personal evolution and to the evolution of all, because
Yeah.
that's what we are getting down to at this point. At this point, the only thing that really matters is to be a support, to be support of our personal evolution and to be support of the planet and of life itself. The rest is really becoming more and more irrelevant, and that's why I notice how much I lost the fascination for the matrix out there. I never really had a big fascination for it. But now, really, really, nothing really interests me more than doing what is my joy, which is, for example, what we are doing right now.
Absolutely. I absolutely agree with you. And this is part of like your evolution, right? And to in order to evolve or ascend, there's necessary going through different parts of your journey. But if you keep repeating it, in my opinion, then it starts to be boring. It's like there is no change, right? Like if you say, well, this is it. So for me, it's very funny that you mention a list because that's how I feel a little bit my journey since I was born. That I am taking some stuff like, okay, let me see. Oh, okay, I have that experience, learn or not learn, let me repeat it again until I have it. And but with any challenge, but also even with the kind of food, with many things, like you're saying, a lot of things, the attractions and so on, is like what I'm finding more and more is to enjoy my own process of evolution, because the more I enjoy it, I notice then the more I'm contributing it to the whole process of evolution of humanity, of the galaxy, the universe, and the multiverse. And that's um, that's remarkable because we keep evolving.
Yeah.
So for me, the invitation in this journey of the soul is allowed to move on,
Yes.
right?
And also the journey of the soul right now is taking us to a point where it's not sustainable anymore to use the old parameters to create our life. So one of the biggest challenge I notice among the people that I am in connection with, in communion, and where we exchange informations, is that they obviously feel that they need to change something, they need to change their life. They cannot go back to the wheel and like the mouse that go around the wheel forever. It's not sustainable for them anymore. But they are using the parameters of the old world in order to create a new one. And that doesn't work. We
Doesn't
really need
work.
to let go completely and start to use our uniqueness and our imagination uh, completely from scratch without the echoes of the old planet, because this will not work like that. And
It's not gonna work out. And this is it's very interesting what you're saying because completely in agreement. This is why it's so fascinating doing this with you because even though we use another vocabulary, we have the same vision, or we're going through the same journey of the soul. I call it uLa. And it's it's time for really, and I call it even going beyond the impossible, because we tend even to say, well, I'm going to do the impossible. I say go beyond, don't even put any limitations to it.
yeah,
And uh, otherwise we go back to what a very very wise was said by Einstein, doing the same thing over and over and trying to become another outcome. That's insanity.
yeah,
and I completely agree. So it's time. And we have to see ourselves like if we are like a hard drive, right? And we have information of well, the old patterns of thoughts, the old, and suddenly our hard drive is full.
yeah,
So we need to get rid of information so we can have an intent, but with a vision of something new, so we can allow the new information to flow into our system, into our hard drive. And for that, well, we need to clear, we need to release, we need to delete some stuff so we
oh yeah,
can move forward.
absolutely. And it's rather than see all this happening, occurring in front of us as a challenge, we should see it as an opportunity, an excitement.
Yes.
You know, for example, I see a lot of people right now, they're struggling to take their children to school because the school, which is a programming device, is getting more and more contracted, and is creating so many challenges, like say. But to me, it would be like, oh, great! So this is an opportunity. We can create a brand new school from scratch ourselves. We don't need to go in those old institution and fight, negotiate with them, try to convince them to change themselves. Let's let it go and let's create something new ourselves. Let's create a new school. Let's go in nature and create something that never happened before. You know, that is the dynamic that we need to embrace, which the younger generation are just made for that, but the older generation are a little bit on struggle on that, and it's understandable because they come from quite a journey, you know.
Absolutely. I agree with myself. Like I was thinking the other day, oh my God, myself 15 years ago, I will, she will get nuts by everything that I say, you know? Like, what is this crazy woman saying? So, yeah. And, but the beauty is what you said at the beginning, which I'm going to take it. I love it. The artistic. Because artistic is exactly to be creative. So it's time to create the new. It's time to be
Yeah.
creative. So for the purpose of the school education, be creative. There's so much more that can be done. Instead of fighting something, create something new. Because for me, it's there's you can say this is not valid in my life, but not fighting against something, because it's like fighting against the wall and you go and it's aggressive.
Yeah.
But to say, oh, let's create new. Let's sit down,
Yes.
let's talk with myself and allow new ideas to come up. Allow this heart
Yes.
to come up.
You know, the best way and the easiest way, the fastest way to get to that predisposition is by getting to a point where we appreciate what we are about to let go at. It's only through appreciation that we can step fully and purely to the exercise of our uniqueness and our creativity. Because if we are still angry or upset or frustrated, we are still we are not free completely to create. So we need to say, okay, in this case, school, thank you, school. That was an amazing ride you gave us. We learned a lot by all these frequencies that you offer to us, and now it's time to let you go. We let you, we love you, we free you. We don't validate you anymore with our anger, with our fear, with our frustration. We just bless you and appreciate you, and now we're going to start something new.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is for me the recipe for any kind of relationship where it's not working anymore with you, with relationship with so many other things. It's not about, oh, I don't want you, because it's gonna repeat itself. It's gonna come back in another form. It's about loving it all, but allowing to create the new with gratitude. I absolutely agree with you. Gratitude in every single step. It's a gratefulness for the opportunity we have had. I mean, we will not be able to be in the state of consciousness that we are right now if we haven't decided to go through this path. And even though with everything that it is, our soul came back reawake. The cosmic in us say, hello, we are here. And you're able to say, wow, I was living in this constrict. I'm thankful for that. But being able to reawake, even though we were so dormant, this is what it is allowing us to evolve and ascend. So we need to be grateful, like you say, being in that kind of school, having that school has allowed us to awake in a way, to evolve and
Yeah.
to be grateful. It's part of the journey because as you're grateful, when you, I don't know if it happens to you, but for me is a lot of times there's the fear I hear from others, and it's like, I'm going to wait till I have something completely construct to release the old. But in my opinion, I don't know yours, Marco, it doesn't work that way because then there's no space. You need to take the
Yeah.
leap and say, I release the old with gratitude, as you were saying, with this gratitude of what has allowed us. Because in the moment that you release it with the gratitude, then these are the vision. This is when something evolves. This is when the new evolves and say, now you're ready.
Yeah.
It's your soul that shows us. It's not creating and then releasing, it's release to be able to create.
Yeah. And in that release, and in that gratitude, in that appreciation, there is also the letting go of judgment, because we need to um, recreate, rejoin ourselves to that love that is not selective, that love that just love the good and reject the bad, which is the old-fashioned love, which is a love that is full of neediness, of sense of lack, of sacrifice, of worries, which it was a beautiful love. It gave us millions of incredible, beautiful movies to watch, and also.
And they still come.
And was quite a ride. It was a wonderful ride. But right now, life is asking us to let go of the kind of love and embrace a love that is more the expression of neutrality, where we love all the aspects of the dualistic game, not just the good. We love the good, the bad, and the evil. We embrace everything with our love, and that's where we get to the level of appreciation that allow us to free us from the game and allow us to create a new game.
Yeah, in the language of consciousness, for exactly what you're saying, they gave me. I'm gonna write that. They gave me it's an essence and a sound, and it's called it. Let me see, like this. Etenea.
Etenea.
So Etenea, the essence behind this, and it's vibration, it's consciousness, and it's a cosmic language, and it's saying it's gratitude for the comfortable, the uncomfortable. It's also the gratefulness for what I'm receiving and what I'm giving. It's taking fully responsibility of any of the actions that you've taken, and without judgment, as you're saying. So they say it's with all the love of the universe. So, but this is something I use a lot, right? It's just saying etenea. It's and also it's etenea. It's also, I'm grateful for you, for me, for the universe, all at the same time, not judgment. So it's like when you were talking about it, it's like I just wrote, oh, etenea, yeah.
Beautiful. All that in one word. How magical is that?
Isn't it? That's
Yeah, I
the
love it.
power, in my opinion. That's the power of exactly of the language of consciousness.
Oh
It's
yeah,
that is
absolutely.
just vibration, and it's limitless. So it's it's not limited at many of our words, and it doesn't have any baggage
Right.
with words,
Double
so
meaning or hidden meanings. Beautiful.
it's etenea. So you can see it's the same thing with the whole journey of the soul, which it's among. This is what the sound, the cosmic sound, or the from the language of consciousness will be uLa, and it's then
Much better.
you have written books about it. There's music, so there's so much, but it's still just one vibration, uLa, and it complements. It helps us in the let's move in the journey. This is fun. So this is as you can see, this is we didn't know what was going to happen, and we just allow it to happen, and it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful how everything start to create like
Then,
a dance, right? A dance of light consciousness, and the idea is to allow us to bring more consciousness
yeah,
and more joy
yeah,
into the journey of our uniqueness in
yes.
this journey of the soul.
Yeah, and that's what we all need to apply in every moment of our life. If we can set up in that kind of creative motion, um, moment by moment, that's it. I mean, we just step right away into the higher frequencies and into the new dream, because the old dream cannot find nutrition when we are completely aligned with the here and now.
Mm, I agree. And there's some hearts, and we have some thank you,
Beautiful.
and as clear as the soul. Yes. Then you have someone saying hello to you,
Hello.
Caroline. Then we have Isabel also here. We have more
Please.
hearts. and
Good.
and the one one thing that also attracted me for us to do this, as I said, non-script chats with you is you've been creating a beautiful community where people can go and ask me, share and ask, and I feel you're doing it fantastically, and I feel that I want to also for those people that are doing some of the activations that I do, some following some of the light language or some of the courses, invite them that might be something they find in this community that you are creating, and see a little bit deeper. And we're going to be doing this every 4 weeks. That's the intent, and it's
Right.
non-script, so we'll see. But if someone is interested more, where will be the web page where we can go and see this, Marco?
Oh, La Via dell'Anima.
Tiki,
I
tiki,
should
tiki,
probably
tiki.
find it.
we need.
Listen,
Pablo, do you
where do I
have
go?
it? I must ask for help. Pablo, it's
Because I
behind
don't see.
cameras helping us.
Yeah, because I don't see any way I can type here. Let me
Okay.
see. Maybe share, invite. No, I don't see it. Maybe because I
We
think
can put
Lily,
it.
you.
Yeah, we
We
can.
can.
Look, Pablo already gave me something. Pablo, do you
Oh,
have
okay.
the web page from Marco? La vida,
La via dell'anima.com, or in English it would be the soulway .com, and then in Spanish it would be el camino del alma .com. So we can write down this all at the end, or I'm sure there is a way to put it later.
Yes, we can put it somewhere around.
Yeah. So, but thank you for sharing what I'm doing, and what I'm doing right now is really going even beyond my expectations, because the frequencies in this gathering is growing so beautifully, and to the point that I decided to allow everybody to be taking turn to be the facilitator rather than be me that talks and everybody listen. I said, you know what? I've been doing this for 20 something weeks, and it was beautiful. But and I appreciate that you honor me to be the facilitator. But I think at this point we all need to do like in a round table. We need to switch the roles and see that this is not just for few special ones, but all have inside the uniqueness and the wisdom to be a facilitator. And so I made that offer, and many get so excited. So
Nice.
this Saturday we will have a young girl that will be the facilitator, and the next week there will be another one, and so we're going round the table now,
It's beautiful.
and
This is exactly what. Oh, thank you, Pablo. So, if you want to join that, and as I said before, Marco and I were going to be meeting more times and keep seeing what comes every time, and but it's very much if you like that and create and be a facilitator and then listen and share everything that is happening. I felt that it's a very nice sacred space where you can go and do that, and also uh, because of the frequencies that I felt we are sharing. As we can see today, we have very much a same vision, other way of expressing. Obviously, also our cultural sasson. We have here Marco from Italy, me being from Mexico. It gives also a different ways, and so people can enjoy that opportunity too. So it's a beautiful, and as you say, to express the uniqueness, because it's time to experience your uniqueness, to
absolutely.
go beyond a concept of soul, go beyond of a concept of uniqueness, and start living it day by day, breath by breath. Express it, be it, because it's not about doing anything, it's just by being. And the more you align yourself, in my opinion, to your essence, and you're allowed to be your uniqueness, then every action you take, it's still very much aligned with that. Even if it's just sitting down or standing up or just walking, just be your uniqueness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lily.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Marco. And we are also being going to be switching. Today, I'm kind of the host. Next time, Marco going to be the host. So it's just like the facilitator. So we're also doing a little bit the
Okay.
switch, and
Sure.
right, we have the
Yeah.
technical part then, because we are here blessed by Pablo, who's behind the cameras helping us, and you have can you put back or do I have it here? Oh, here. So here, have it back. From there probably you can go to the English one and then the Spanish one,
Yeah.
and right,
Yeah.
and if
Once you
you
click on that link, there are three flags: English, Spanish, Italian. And when you click, you will go to the language that you prefer. and then from there you can download information, read, listen to music, whatever you choose to, whatever your heart resonate with the information that I'm sharing. And then, of course, you can connect with me anytime, and I can lead you to this experience that you just mentioned. It's an experience that is taking place in South America and Central America, so it's spoken in Italian and Spanish. So that will be probably limited to the people that can speak those two languages. But I also have other Zooms that involve the English-speaking people, so there is space for everyone.
Everybody is invited. That's beautiful.
Everyone is invited.
It's
Yes.
beautiful. And if you want to go into also deepen into the journey of the soul, uMina, like in that style, what this is, I invite you to go to Timalu Academy. Everything that I share there has to do with the journey of the soul, uMina style. and um, and see what resonates with you. In It's very interesting you say about the language, because this here now my website, the lily-wong.com, now it's in uh, English, Spanish, Italian, Portuguese, and Chinese. So we are really opening up this journey of the soul. It's funny because just by allowing it to be in Chinese, it's like I feel like you're doing this. We're bringing everything to the same language of the artistic language,
That's
and
absolutely.
that's beautiful. And I feel that's what we're doing here. We're co-creating something where we bring uh, your essence, my essence. We're putting parts of the ingredients of the cake and the parts of the cup. We're putting together to allow it
Yeah,
to make this cake and bring back and drink from the cosmic elixir of love. So
absolutely.
definitely
Go ahead.
partying. I was
Yes.
gonna say definitely partying.
Yeah, and also all that we have been inspired to share is also sustained by everybody that are present right now, because the information flows always triggered by the communion of all the soul together that express themselves through the facilitator. So everybody gets credits for what we are sharing and what is been sharing so far.
Beautiful. I have here. Thank you, Lily Marco. Then they said, thank you for this conversation. I needed to hear some of these things today. Etenea. We have it. This is very nice. Uh, I love it. Thank you. Thanks a lot. So, thank you so much, Marco. I see you
Thank you.
again in a couple weeks. Let's see what else.
Okay.
Today we did like the in the start, like when the cards race or something, they do the flag.
Oh yeah, I don't know how to say in English, but I understand.
I don't know either. Banderazo will be in Spanish. So, but if you see the movement, everybody understands. It was today, and it was so beautiful, so synchronistic, so much joy. I'm very thankful that we both say yes to this adventure and co-creative, artistic sharing. And see you very soon, everybody. Thank you so much.
So